As you guys know, generally speaking, when I start these videos, generally I talk a lot with my hands. And I don't know why that is, that's just kind of who I am. But today that's not going to happen, because yesterday I went to the gym for the first time since quarantine started back in like February. And now everything hurts. So there's just going to be a lot of head talking today because that's all I can manage. But it's okay because we do have some big news today because today is Tuesday. And as you guys know, Tuesday is update days for Call of Duty. And today is no different. Once again, we have another update for Modern Warfare, Warzone, multiplayer, all of the store items. And that is what we are going to be talking about today. Nothing too out of the ordinary, pretty much your typical Tuesday update. But that's pretty much it. So without further ado, and without me moving my arms, because I literally can't, let's jump right into the video. So to start out, I actually wanted to start out with something that's not Modern Warfare, but rather Black Ops Cold War. So as we know, last week we got the multiplayer reveal. I made a bunch of videos talking about things from weapons to gunsmiths, score streaks, and I was just wondering if you guys had any other questions of things that I have not covered yet, or just questions about the game. Let me know down in the comments, and maybe later this week I'll do a Q&A or some sort of video covering some of those things that I haven't covered yet, and things that you want to know. So let me know down in the comments of this video, and we'll cover that throughout the rest of the week. Until October 8th, which is the start of the beta on PS4, I have no idea what other information we're going to be getting regarding Warzone, zombies, or anything like that. So as soon as we get any of that information, I'll keep you guys updated. But for now, it's about Modern Warfare. So starting off with this week's update, we have two new bundles in the store, and both of them are actually pretty dope. The first one has a lot of weapon blueprints. It's the Tracer Pack Anime Super, and it's pretty out there, I must say that, but you do have some pretty good bundles. First of all, the first one we have here is probably the best weapon out of the threes. It's an MP7 with attack laser, commando foregrip, stippled grip tape, 60 round mag, and compensator. Also has pink tracer rounds on it, and on top of this, the class that you have here is actually pretty good. The only thing that I'd really change in Warzone is basically a mono suppressor and maybe a couple other attachments if I want to get fancy, but honestly, pretty good class setup here. After this, we have an assault rifle blueprint. This one is not as good. I don't like the scope on it, really much of the class, but it does look really good. All of the weapons look really good. The last one here is for the FAMAS, and it is called the Cooter. I don't think they're allowed to say that. I really don't. It is called... They called it the Cooter! Okay, I know that's like an anime thing, but still. Anyway, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. This is probably the best looking and most different looking weapon out of the three, but honestly, it's probably the worst with attachments and in the weapon itself, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, as far as the rest of the bundle goes, you also have a riot shield with a pretty dope looking skin on it as well, a melee weapon, which is of course a knife with a pink skin on, and then finally a weapon charm and calling card. Honestly, a pretty great bundle if you're into the weapon blueprints. And on top of that, you get the pink tracer with it as well. After this, we have a little bit more of a serious bundle. This one's the Alex Deathstalker, and honestly, one of my favorite skins is in this one. It's called the Sidewinder, and it's Alex. His face is a little bit covered up, but down on his leg, you can see he's got one of those kind of springy attachments for fast movement. Honestly, I think this skin just looks really dope. I really like the look of it. It's pretty simple, but I just like it. After this, it comes with two weapon blueprints, the first of which is an assault rifle blueprint. Honestly, it makes a weapon look a little bit different. Pretty cool looking. And then after this, we also have a handgun with a monolithic suppressor on it. So if you're using pistols in Warzone, this might be something that you're interested in. After this, a watch, a quip, weapon charm, calling card, and emblem, all to do with scorpions because the whole desert theme that goes with it. Now, this one is a little bit cheaper for an operator bundle at 1,800 COD points, but you're also not getting a finishing move or anything like that, so that's probably why it's a little bit cheaper. I know a lot of you are waiting for the Beyond the Pale Ghost skin. It is still not here. I don't know when it's coming. Next week is the last week of Season 5, so I'm assuming then, but we'll have to wait and see. I know a lot of you have been asking about it, so I thought I would just make a point of it. Next up, we have Warzone, and really nothing special here. We have quads, trios, duos, and solos. I will say this Friday we are getting buyback quads, which is going to be amazing for really high kill games, so I'll be streaming that this weekend for sure. On top of that, I am going to be streaming some Warzone actually earlier tonight around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you guys want to come hang out. Always first link down in the description. Then after this, we have Plunder Blood Money. I believe this one's trios, so nothing really new here whatsoever. The one other thing that I will say is last week in the intel, we got Sins of Our Father. Now, we completed that. We got the story behind that, but the last intel of Season 5 should be next Tuesday. And I'm interested to see what that gives us pointing towards Season 6. So you better believe that next week we'll be diving into that, and I'm curious about it, so stay tuned for that. On top of this, multiplayer is relatively straightforward this week as well. Once again, the tournament is still sticking around. I'm surprised it's been here as long as it has. Basically been here since the mid-season update, which is pretty crazy. After this, just regular old ground war, blueprint gunfight, which these two are pretty much there every single week. After this, we have face-off mosh pit, so a variety of different game modes ranging from team deathmatch, kill confirm, domination, things like that. All 3v3 on the gunfight maps. After this, reinforce, something that I'm not a huge fan of, but some people do like. Now keep in mind, this is not ground war reinforce, it's just normal reinforce, so it's on the normal maps. After this, we have reinfected ground war, which is basically infected, but on ground war maps, a little bit larger teams than normal infected. Some people really like that. I'm not the biggest fan, but I definitely see why people do. And then finally, we have shoot the ship. So shoot the ship appears to be staying all the way through September, and there's rumors that it's going to go all the way through October as well. Wouldn't be surprised, but at that point, we're actually going to have new maps, because of course that's the start of Season 6. So I'm wondering if we're also going to have a 24/7 other map playlist. Maybe they're adding another small map in October. We'll have to wait and see. As you can see here, we are less than 13 days away from the start of Season 6, and generally around this time, this is when we start to see some Season 6 teasers. So I wouldn't be surprised that if one later this week, or maybe early Monday, Tuesday next week, we start to see some teasers pointing us towards what exactly we're going to be getting within Season 6. Now, I did make a video yesterday going over all of the leaked information and everything that we currently know about Season 6, but as of right now, there's been no teasers, trailers, hints, or anything like that. So if you want to check that out, it'll be linked down in the description, and I go over pretty much everything that's going to be there, except for multiplayer maps. That's one thing we've actually literally got not a lot of information on whatsoever. Now, I will say, since Season 5 Reloaded happened, the past few weeks have been relatively boring inside of Modern Warfare. We haven't really got any big updates, no new weapons, no new maps, no teasers. It's been kind of dead. Now, I think that's because of the Black Ops Cold War reveal. They kind of wanted all of the eyes and all of the attention on that. But moving forward in the next couple of weeks, we should start to see a lot more revolving around Season 6. As far as today, we had the 2 new bundles within the store. On top of that, basically nothing for Warzone, and then a couple of new playlists for multiplayer, but that is pretty much it. So let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments. What do you think's coming next in Season 6, or what do you even think we're getting next week with the new intel with inside Warzone? On top of that, if you enjoyed the video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. It does really help out the channel. If you're new here, like what you see, want to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty, the best way to do so is make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.
We are real.